Hey everybody, I don't know why my voice cracked as soon as we started today, but what I was just about to say is welcome back to Isaac, and also, can't complain about how the runs have been going lately. Tainted Eve to the Beast. That's not complain-worthy. It's pay attention-worthy, like I gotta pay attention to this one. But it's certainly not impossible. That's true ending. In theory, true ending should actually be easier than Ubermom, I think. In practice, oftentimes that doesn't seem to bear out the way I would expect. Because sometimes you're just slow, man. Sometimes you're slow when you get sucked up into the dang vortex or whatever. It happens all the time. You know what I'm realizing? I think my voice cracked because I've been talking a lot today. And we did a little Pokemon Showdown round robin today. Help me. With some, colleagues, members of the community, etc., etc. And I was shouting because I didn't know what any of the Pokemon were or what they did. What? Hey everybody, whoa, what, whoa, did you, I think we all had some kind of shared fever dream where you thought I was like on a run and maybe I was playing a little fast and loose with the Sumptorium. You dodged it? I think that was a mass psychosis neuralizer blast sent by the Men in Black. That's right, the Galaxy Defenders, one and the same. Alright, I guess I'll just be dead. Never mind, I'm alive and loving it. Never mind, I'm dead. Never mind, I'm alive. Okay, I don't know. Maybe we could just do the whole run like this. I thought about just running it back as Eden, but let's get a chance to sample this character's wares, if you will. But yeah, I was having a great time playing Pokemon Showdown. I think it's almost undeniable at this point that we're in a bit of a gaming drought. That's kind of like, we've been in, let's call it like a gaming bear market for like, I mean, you only know it once you're out of it, right? But maybe for like a year, maybe a little bit longer. Any port in the storm, we're resurfacing browser games that I didn't even know existed. Having fun with Super Mario 64 speedruns, etc., etc. I will say that I think a gaming drought for a streamer is a little bit different than a gaming drought for, your average hobbyist gamer, Like, I deserve that. You know what? Let's run it back as Eden. Whoopsie. Well, that's a quick way to ruin your streak, but that's fine. Hey, stats looking good, dude. Sprinkler looking good. Ariana Grande hairstyle? How could you hate on this? But it's a little different for a streamer than for a hobbyist gamer, I think, I'm looking for something replayable, maybe multiplayer. Every run's a little bit different. Doesn't have to be a roguelite like Mario 64 speedruns. Every run's a little bit different. Replayable, very watchable, gets the pogs flowing. Elden Ring is not going to be that, but I am looking very much forward to it. It's going to be a very fun game, I'm sure. Well, I can't really say that. I haven't played it. It's journalistically irresponsible of me. However, I'm looking forward to that. But that does not solve a drought. A single raindrop does not a drought unmanifest. You remember that classic little quote. Very popular quote. Many people are saying this. I would love BFF. Here's a question you think I would know the answer to by now. Does BFF work with Sprinkler? Interesting thought experiment, isn't it? But I think I told Dan this same thing. Maybe I told Apollo. I can't remember. I told somebody. I think that the world is ripe for a game to come along, and obviously, like with the time scale we're talking about, it has to be like already like ready to come out. You can't just start developing it right now. I think the Twitch audience and the Twitch streamers are starved for new content. Every little drop that comes out, they're slurping it up in like 10 minutes, right? Vampire Survivors got freaking Dysoned up in like no time flat people never heard of the game. They go from never heard of the game to I've already got 100% in it within like 25 hours. I'm talking not even 25 hours of playtime, 25 hours of real human existence. The world is primed. Whether or not it will come to pass, I don't know. But the world is primed for a League of Legends type success. For an Among Us type success. For even a Fall Guys like success or something. It seems bigger, man. I think that seems bigger. I think it does work with the sprinkler. How about that? Now, I'm not saying it will happen, because the game would probably come out of nowhere. But I'm saying it could happen. I think people are all... The Twitch streaming group, I guess you would just say Twitch streamers, I think they've never been less divided in their attention. I mean, they've never been... Well, no, less divided, yeah. I think everybody could galvanize behind like one big movement. Now, whether or not a game will come out to take advantage of that, I don't know. But I'm just saying, we're making our own entertainment during the drought. It's nice that there's a little bit of a drought, and people are like, oh, but Mario's good, SAP's still good, Montbezo's still good. I'm glad that people are enjoying it. Don't get me wrong. Burkano, huh? Honestly, that might have been next to Algiz or maybe the Gauze, that might have been like the best outcome for us there. It protected us. At least it wasn't, like a Yera or a Perthro for no reason, because then the opportunity cost hits that much harder. Anyway, what am I up to? Very little outside of work and riding my bike once a day. And baby stuff. But, if you were wondering if we were going to... Pardon me. I know what you're going to say. Sick. Not sick. I ate a very large lunch, and occasionally when I eat a large lunch, I get a phlegmy throat. It's something that's always afflicted me. I don't like to speak of it because I don't want people to, give me too much credit as a result of the hardships I have to go through, like having a phlegmy throat after I eat some mashed potatoes. I just want to be evaluated like on my own merit. I don't want to let it define me that occasionally I get a little bit of an overly mucosal throat after I eat a slow-pulled beef entree for lunch. But if you thought we were going to get new anecdotes here, you're mistaken. Spawns 3 items from random item pools. Only 1 can be taken. Holy cow. This is really good. I mean, I think you go SM... Well... Honestly, I think you go with the body. And it's close. But I forgot, like, SMB Superfan, the actual stats you get out of it are not that impressive. So what's my game plan? It's so simple. Anyone could understand it. My game plan is... Hold on. Actually go to the deal with the devil now that we have so much HP. Then, leverage some of the HP that we just got from the body, which will allow us to take a good deal with the devil. That's all I got. It's genuinely all I got. So I will be turning off my mic for the rest of the episode and allowing the phlegmy throat to exhaust itself, as one might say. Thanks for the extra HP as well. This was an extreme fail on our part. However, what if this pays out with something magnanimous? I don't think that's how that word works. Magnanimous. Isn't magnanimous, like, friendly? Like, gregarious is, like, extroverted, entertaining. Okay, I'm gonna try just a little bit. I thought magnanimous was just like a good person who also is talking a lot. Is that it? This is a slap in the face, by the way. Just so you know, this is a slap in the face. The fact that you gave me nothing and you took from me everything, that hurts. But that means we still got deals with the angel ready later. Now, many people would tell you not to do this. Those people are cowards. They should not be listened to. Serpent's Kiss, okay. Enemies killed with contact have a 20% chance to drop HP. How are we going to kill an enemy with contact? Kill him with kindness? I could see that. I could see that. Serpent's Kiss. Enemies killed. So they rolled the virus into Serpent's Kiss? Is that the case? Please, I can't go down 3 times in one video just due to impatience. Especially when I just took a huge HP upgrade. It would be my own fault, but... Demon Judgment said it was a can't-lose deal. I had 6 HP. There's no way you could lose. Hold on. This could change my life. It could really change your life if you keep dodging like that. Probably use the sprinkler at some point would be my advice. Okay, now we're back in we're gonna win territory. You love to see it. Hold on, I have a message on Discord I must check. I must check. Just checking, just checking. Okay, no, it's non-urgent. Notice I didn't say non-important, just non-urgent. It's 2 very different things. Enemies killed with contact have a 20% chance to drop a demon heart. I don't know. I mean, I know that as of right now, I don't think I have an item that does contact damage. If I did, like if I got Ares, I could run into enemies and take the 1 in 5 chance that they drop a demon heart if they're poisoned. I don't know, man. It's a bit of a strange one. Sometimes this is why I don't read instructions. They just confuse me. If it just said Serpent's Kiss, enemies get poisoned, pog up, I would be like, oh, I'm already pogged. I'm pre-pogged. Instead, it gave me the actual description of what it does, and I'm like, I don't understand what that means. And it's your fault for some reason. So I know that we can't lose this run unless we overcommit to giving our own HP away, but it couldn't go wrong 2 times in a row. That's just like, is not fathomable. Hard to believe, by the way, it's Wednesday already, at least on, in my neck of the woods. I wouldn't mind getting PhD, to be honest with you, if we could swing that. It feels weird, because this is genuinely, I mean, I don't want to jinx it, even though I don't believe in the jinx. Except the HBO documentary, which I believe was probably one of the best true crime documentaries I've ever seen, especially when you factor in the wow factor of the final episode. But anyway, it's hard to believe, but we're already there. Wednesday. It's the first full week that the baby has been back at daycare since... I mean, it's not even a full week because it doesn't go on Fridays, but the first full 4-day week that the baby has been back in daycare since like the middle of December, and it's already the end of January. That is, like, honestly, I found myself today being like, oh my god, I think I have enough Isaac and like Autopets episodes that maybe I could actually record something else. I know you're probably going, please God, please, yes, anything but more Isaac and Autopets, but I don't think we're ready for. I think it would be a little naive of me to take on a project like that right now until we see if we got some more midterm stability as opposed to, merely being like riding that wave for the time being. I'm going to be honest, I don't think we're going to be getting PhD, so I'm just going to head down. But maybe it's on the horizon. And that's not a hint that it's going to be Forza Horizon, because it still doesn't work on my computer for whatever reason, I think, because after it didn't work, like, through 2 updates, I stopped trying, because, I mean, come on. Well, I don't want to seem like I'm obsessed with it. I don't want to seem like Ben Stiller's character and There's Something About Mary. Don't sing this song. Don't sing this. His friends would say, stop whining. They had enough of... Okay. I was thinking about it on stream today. I even mentioned it on stream today. I wasn't just thinking about it. I was talking about it. You don't meet a lot of young Jasons these days. I don't know. I've been meeting, more infants and toddlers than ever before as a result of my own infant and toddler. I go to daycare to pick up the baby, and then you're like, hey, my name's, Vanessa, and this is my son, blah. I don't think I've met a baby Jason. Lot of Aidens, some Bryces, some trying to, I mean, I'm not trying to, like, dox a child or anything like that. I'm just saying, in terms of the names that I'm seeing a lot of, What I'm more interested in is the names that I'm seeing very few of, and I don't think I've met a Jason that is under the age of 20. I feel like the Jason stock must have, like, cratered at some point. Many people are probably going to say it's because they co-opted it for JavaScript object notation. I'm here to tell you that 89% of the population has no idea what that means. You're lucky I do. I'm lucky I do too. And I'm going to be like a complete coward here and leave Sprinkler behind. I'm happy to have the extra damage, honestly. I don't think that's it. Because, you know, people were naming their daughters Khaleesi and stuff like that. I don't know if JavaScript object notation actually, like, you know, is something that they would consider before. Wait, isn't that the name of a markup language, honey? Isn't that the name of a scripting paradigm? That's why we called our daughter Node.js. Hey, little Node.js, come here. Download the packages from the... I don't remember how it works, okay? It's been a long time. I don't know if people are still even using Node.js. They might have moved on to something else I know. Probably wasn't Angular, I'll tell you that much. Am I right, fellow web developers? I don't know. Angular might actually be killing it for all I know. Anyway, what was I talking about? I'm just saying, it's funny how names change. Because when you think about it, like, if I asked you for, like, what's the most old man or woman name that you could think of? Certainly, like, Bertha, right? Edith, Agatha, something like that. If you have these names, I'm not suggesting that there's anything negative about having them. The beauty of them, if anything, is that if they seem to be outdated now, that means in like 20 years they'll be unique. You'll have people will be like, wow, what a cool name, Gertrude. Haven't heard that in a while. Oh, thank you. But at one point, excuse me, I just walked into you and you died and you gave me a heart. Maybe I'm starting to understand this item. At one point, you must, if you were like a high school teacher in like 1928, you must have been like, you know, when you're taking attendance, you know, Edith F, Edith M. Is Edith G here? Why do we have so many Ediths? I'm Edith. No, you're not Edith. You're Enid. That's two different names. Gertrude, get that crayon out of your nostril. You know, like it must have been. The world at one point, at least, you know, in North America, was chock full of young Gertrudes. I don't even know if that's how it's pronounced. I'm now feeling kind of strange about it as I keep saying it. But now, they're, you know, it seems like an antiquated name. Let's put it that way. Trying to avoid the framing of it as, you know, like it's dying out, because I don't want to conjure any kind of negative imagery. I wonder who amongst us has an old guy name without realizing it right now. Like, if I had to level with you, I feel like there's a semi-decent chance that Ryan ends up being like an old guy name. I feel like it was popular, particularly like in the 80s and 90s. There's a lot of famous Ryans now. Maybe in like the 2040s, people will be like, wow, Ryan. That's kind of like a little 1990s of you, isn't it? And I'll be like, yeah, well, it's given to me at my birth. It wasn't really my choice. Maybe Jason's in the same camp. Some names never seem to go out of style. I'm sure there's still a lot of Michaels around. But I do feel like we're in a cultural... this is my anecdotal experience. I feel like we're inside, I should say, already, of a cultural sort of bubble where I seem to meet a lot of people, a lot of parents, who have named their baby something that has special significance to the parents, rather than naming their child something more conventional, which maybe, you know, would be looked to in previous years as like in older times as something that was more popular, you know? I'm meeting a lot of parents where, like, after I meet their kids, I've got to go like, oh, how do you spell that? And I'm like, with a Z, really? I'm not being a hater either. I mean, most of the names are just unique. They're not like... you know, the kind of thing that you would make fun of in like an email forward or something like that. But I feel like we're getting a little bit more unique lately on the naming front. Anybody else got a baby in activity gym and going through the same thing? Just me? Okay, tough crowd. Tough crowd. Way to get killed by contact damage, nerd. I don't want that. Dude, you gotta get this trash out of the deal with the devil, man. This is too much. Really? Ghost baby? It's 2022. Get some new material. It's honestly like a slap in the face to see Ghost Baby in there. Now, Red Stew, which we got on the last floor, on the other hand. Oh, man. I am pogged. So, yeah, I'm thinking I'm pogged. Owns? Don't want to do that. I'm definitely trying not to be biased. I guess I can't say that I'm not biased, but I feel like I also, like, Ryan is, like, not the most common name, but certainly whenever I meet someone that has the same name as me, I'm not like, whoa, what were the chances of that? The chances are, like, not that bad. However, one of the things, and I've talked about it a lot, is that for some reason, I always get misidentified as a Brian, like when I order coffee at Starbucks. They go, what's your name? And I try to enunciate as much as possible. And then I go, Ryan. And they go, okay, Brian, see you soon. And sometimes I even, like, we were at A&W, I don't know, maybe like a month ago. I said, my name's Ryan. And I saw on the receipt that they printed out, it was like, order for Brian. And I was like, come on, man. It's not that big of a deal. But at the same time, you didn't hear a B. I think that they're thinking, because they didn't hear a B, I didn't enunciate well. I think they already had me pegged as a Brian as soon as the words, you know, left my mouth. They didn't even bother to see if it was real. They were just like, oh, this guy says Brian weird. It's like he almost says it with a silent B. And one of the reasons that is kind of annoying for me is because I really feel like in the modern day, we Ryans outnumber the Bryans. Did I get a deal on this floor? Did I get an item? I don't recall. I'm going to get the Fool card and steal something from Boss Rush. We deserve it. This is self-care shoplifting. Like, there are Bryans, don't get me wrong. There's even Bryans my age. There's probably even Bryans younger than me, but that's a legend that I don't feel comfortable committing to until I actually see it. But I feel like the Ryans are in abundance. If anything, the default case, in my opinion, should be, oh, you said Ryan, right? And then I'd be like, you better recognize exactly. Anyway, like, it's not that big of a deal. It's really not, like, a problem necessarily, but, like, it's just, like, it would be nice, you know? It would just, that's the thing, is, like, I'm not trying to, like, ruffle any feathers. I'm just saying maybe if you are a Starbucks barista, if you hear Ryan, just once it would be nice if you put Brian down as a Ryan, so that I could feel like we were equally represented. Maybe there are Bryans out there who hate Ryans because they keep getting mislabeled as Ryan at Starbucks. If that's the case, then I apologize, my similarly named brethren. I didn't realize that we're going through it together. I falsely attributed to malice that which could easily be explained by not being able to hear that well or read lips because everybody's still wearing a mask, and, you know, in the whole scheme of things, it's not really that big of a deal to get the name slightly wrong as long as you know you're just listening for Brian instead of Ryan. But I prefer to feel like I'm the victim, though. Luck up, speed down. That is not a great deal for us right now. Range up, okay, that's not so bad. We're gonna lose and die. I feel comfortable saying that right now. We're probably gonna lose and die. That doesn't help. Like, I don't see us beating the true boss with 4 HP, even with Bloody Lust.
It's gone. Just get over it.
There's a tinted rock in there. Hold on, we're gonna win?
How can you have spent
You
our
spent it? What do you mean? Oh, come on. Come on. I mean, you know what? I wanted a Spirit Heart. Instead, we got better than a Spirit Heart. I can't be mad. Golden poop. By the way, at the start of this episode, did I not tell you that I had nothing to talk about? I haven't even been, like, watching TV, man. I've been, like... You piece. I've been, like, watching... or listening to Comedy Bang Bang while I do the dishes. That's it. That's it. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I'm living a very examined life, mostly because I haven't gone outside a lot. And I wish I had more for you, but I don't. So I gotta start watching some television, man. I did watch a couple episodes of Singles Inferno with my wife. The Korean is kind of a lot like Love Island. We just got, like, you know, 8 incredibly attractive people to be on an island together and, like, see what happens. Kate and I proposed an idea, by the way, which I thought would be a cool idea for a TV show. I understand that maybe I'm not even in the target demographic for those kind of shows anymore. So I'm not hating on Singles Inferno. I think it probably accomplishes what it's trying to accomplish, which is, like, rebooting Terrace House after the unfortunate events that surrounded its cancellation, in a format that, you know, also gets people going with the tropical setting. But help. Whenever I watch this, like, these shows nowadays, as a man rapidly approaching middle age, who's, you know, I've been married for like 7.5 years now. I don't really, when I watch, like, these shows, I don't really feel a connection to the participants. They're always talking about stuff that's like, you know, oh, what do you look for in a partner? And it's always stuff that is, I'm not the expert in this domain, but I just don't necessarily think, like, is that important in a long-term context. Some of it, sure, but, like, you know, one of the ladies was like, I like my, like, boyfriend to be taller than me so I can feel like a little bug when I'm held in his arms. And I'm like, look, I understand. I mean, I guess I don't understand, but I have heard that height is an important thing for many women. But simultaneously, what you should be saying, maybe I'm 100 years old now that I'm realizing, what you should be saying is, like, I'm dead. What about a show for, like, middle-aged divorcees, and then you just shoot it like Too Hot to Handle? Because I don't want to see any more, like, 25-year-old personal trainers being like, oh, they're so hot. Oh, they're so hot. I get it. You know, you're attractive. You work out for a living. I'm proud of you. But at the same time, I want to see some adults with baggage get on there and then put them in a house for like a month and then find out they're like, oh, this guy was 6'3", but he doesn't do the dishes. I can't live with that. That's the kind of entertainment I'm looking for. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, click the like button. Helps a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. See ya.